Today, I want to talk about the fact that you can make it through anything. If you're still breathing, you can make it through whatever you're going through. That's what I should say. If you're still breathing, you can make it through whatever it is you're going through. Just keep fighting. 8 years ago, I had a really weird day. I was having a great day, actually. At first, I had just ran my best mile. Many of you have read my Facebook. I ran my best mile, and I was in the best shape of my life. I looked really good, and I was still just praising God and working in the church, and I was in the office that day, and there was a lot of construction going on downstairs. It was really loud, and I suddenly got this piercing headache, like a ice pick was put into my left ear. And it was weird because it only lasted for a couple minutes. It sent me to the floor. I was a little bit disoriented. It only hurt for a few moments, but it was really felt like a lifetime. I get up off the floor. Pastor asks if I'm okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I thought I was. I get to my next meeting and I start slurring. And so they thought immediately I had a stroke or something. So they took me to the ER. And that was the beginning. I was in and out of the hospital every couple weeks. I was walked off my job. I ended up getting a full-time job as a full-cycle recruiter in the Bay Area in San Francisco, hiring bankers, which was pretty cool. But I was walked off that job within a month because of the liability, and I still kind of worked there unofficially because I'm medically out. But 8 years is a long time. And I don't think it was until this year that my face started to be a little shook. Because I was still able. I was still able to do the things that I loved doing. I couldn't do them all the time. But I was still able. I was still able to travel across the world. I was still able to walk across the street. I was still strong and able. My closest friends now are 92, 91, and 81 years old. Because I can relate the most to those folks who are losing their ableness, their abilities. But on the flip side of that, by being so close with friends that have made it 80, 91, and 92 years, I recognize that I can make it through anything. You can make it through anything. Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me, even if he dies, yet shall he live. So my hope is not only in them finding a cure or even a treatment to stop the progression, or even really figuring out what it is exactly. I mean, they know what umbrella it falls under: autoimmune disease, neuromyotonia. Zebra is what they call us because it's so rare. But God has been there through this whole cycle, through this whole season. And each part of this problem has been a season. This last year and a half has been a season of complete vulnerability, losing absolutely all control and having to give it all to somebody. So I might as well give it to the one who created me, right? So I give all control to the Lord and said, okay, God, it's in your control. I can no longer remember when the bills are due. I can no longer remember what day it is for that matter. I got caregivers to help me with everything from bathing to cleaning. And I've got a nursing staff that is absolutely wonderful, and it touches base 5 days a week. And actually, an EMS team that happens to know my case very well and knows when I should be taken to the hospital and when I need to stay home and just suffer through it. I'm blessed. I'm blessed but not cursed, persecuted, not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed. I'm blessed beyond the curse, and his promise will endure. His joy is going to be my strength. His song runs through my mind all the time. And when I'm trying to do something I can't do, or I used to be able to do and no longer can, I always say I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, therefore I can do all things. And usually learn to ask for help in those circumstances. It's not been easy. This life isn't easy. 2020 was hard on everyone. All of us had a struggle with 2020. And many of you will pull out of it and will be okay, and in 10 years you'll talk about that time. Do you remember 2020? The way I remember 2001, the way others remember other days. Do you remember where you were on September 11th? Do you remember what you were doing in 2020? I was sheltered in place. Do you remember? For me, do you remember December 3rd, 2013? I do. But I remember a date even better than that. December 6th, 2006. That would be when my 14-year-old was born. And he'll be 15 in a couple days. So December 6th needs to become my highlight, not December 3rd. But it's a perspective shift, you know? When you're going through hard times, you have to try to remember the good times. When you're going through hard times, you got to find the blessing in the good times. Part of the grief process is not only you go through the denial and the anger and the sadness, and you might go through grief process over and over and over again, over to acceptance. But there was a new one that was mentioned to me called reacclimation, which is where you actually have to go back to living life now without that thing that you've lost, without that person that you've lost, without that ability that you've lost. How do you reacclimate to life after things happen? And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Reacclimating, but some sadness, as I recognize that I've not yet seen improvement. I'll get better each cycle. I get treatment, I get better. But now I get maybe 70% better, where I used to get 100% better. So, I'd like that digression to stop. But in the meantime, I know that I can make it through this because I'm still alive right now. And I know that you can make it through what you're going through because you're still alive right now. Don't take any shortcuts. Keep fighting the good fight and stay firm in your faith. You know, God hasn't left you. God hasn't forsaken you, even if the circumstances suck, even if what you're going through is horrible, even if someone you loved was taken away from you. God hasn't left you, and He didn't cause it either. But He sure as heck is going to use it. He's going to use it in some way. That's why the word says He works all things together for the good of those who love Him, according to His purpose. So I know this works together for my good in one way or another. Maybe my son, because he got to see me more. As a single mom, I was going to have to work like 3 jobs in order to have our own place. He would never see me. But because I am not able to be out and about, he gets to see me every day, and I get to annoy his soon-to-be 15-year-old butt every day. And it's good for him to see me and to see me home and not out of the hospital all the time. So there's something good in your circumstance. There's something good in your challenge. There's something good in the things that you're going through, or something good that will come out of it. If you lost loved ones and you both believe in Jesus, you'll see Him again. You'll see Him again, and it'll be like a blink of an eye. I mean, however old you are, how long did it take you to get there? It didn't take that long. I mean, during the moment, this seems like forever, but I blinked and it's been 8 years. I blinked and it's been 15 years since I had my son. I blinked and it's been 20-something years since I was running amok at the high school. I blinked and it's been 41 years. In just a moment's time, years pass by. Take advantage of those years. Take advantage of the opportunities that you have. And live every single moment of every day as if it is your last. Not for your sake, but for the sake of those around you. Because you'll be in heavenly places and everyone will be with you in a blink. I mean, compared to eternity, heavenly places are, a day is nothing. But for those that you leave behind, you got to leave lasting memories with. You got to leave memories of hope and memories of perseverance, of character, of good moral standings. And you got to leave a legacy of trusting in God. Trust in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. Leave a lasting memory that people can hold on to. That's what you can do. And in my next 41 years, that's what I plan to do. Leave lasting memories. Even if it's from a comfortable chair on a social media that may never get watched. It's okay. I'm gonna leave it. But I want you to know you can make it through whatever it is you're going through. God bless you. And I pray you have a wonderful, fantabulous day. Take care.